This program would not be possible without these caring and generous sponsors. And KHQA thanks you and wants you to know the grants given have gone and will go a long way to bettering the educational experiences of many students right here in the Tri-States.
Country Financial is chasing the chill away this winter with scarves for those in need. Find free scarves in Washington Park in Quincy, Illinois, and in Central Park in Hannibal, Missouri while supplies last. Donate by tying a scarf around a tree in one of these parks, or drop off your donations at Country Financial locations. A special thanks to Walmart in Hannibal for getting our donation started. Tie a scarf around a tree, and you can help Country Financial chase the chill away for those in need this winter.
You know, the Poke 500 represents a new way of doing business. Everybody wants to know they got the best deal possible, but how do you really know? This is how you know. Just bring us your best deal from any other dealer on any new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep vehicle or Ram truck, and we'll beat that deal by at least $500, guaranteed. Now, if we don't beat that deal, we'll service the one you buy somewhere else, free for the next 2 years. It's so hard to get a guarantee in today's world. This is one. We are going to guarantee the best deal.
This is KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar, brought to you by Con Communications. This is KHQA. It's your news now.
This is Saturday, March 14th, Pie Day, and I'm told there are many different kinds of pie, and you have entered overtime on what historically has been one of our busiest days of the year. Historically. This year, Championship Saturday just wasn't in the cards for us, be it heartbreak in southeast Iowa, parity in western Illinois, or just kind of a rough final weekend for northeast Missouri's finest, although they certainly did us all proud, which created sort of an unusual ripple for us in the tri-state time-space sports continuum. There was a party going on in March Madness, basketball, but sadly we were not invited. And with spring sports still a week away, how the heck does a guy fill 30 minutes worth of local sports during this rarest of lulls? The easy answer, I should say, he drives a lot and he tries to get creative. So let's start with the former. There was in fact softball today in beautiful Kirksville, Missouri. And since Erin Brown has created a virtual Northeast Missouri dream team with her Truman State softball roster, I thought it might behoove me to check in and see how some of the Tri-State's finest Diamond alums were faring, starting with Palmyra's Kendra Hens, who got the start today in game number 2 as we take you to the showdown with Wisconsin Parkside. Ms. Hens came in with a 3-3 record today, 2.84 ERA. She improved it greatly today, throwing darts early on in this one. Then the bottom of the first, she got some run support. Andrea Klipsch right there with her 4th home run of the early season. A towering shot right over the center field fence, right center field fence to be more precise. Made it 1-0 at that point. That would bring up the pride of Palmyra, Lex Van Nostren right here of the Palmyra Van Nostrens. A single sharply hit up the middle. And then Lex going to show off her speed. Most catchers can't steal bases. She's good at it. She also leads the GLVC in runners picked off, having a good season. And then Liz Leith takes advantage of the runner in scoring position and drives her home to make it 2-0. Kendra from there simply cruising. She had herself a heck of a day, throwing strikeouts right and left. She had 10 of them on the day as Wisconsin Parkside was effectively neutered at the plate with no offensive support whatsoever. And then more fun in this one for the offense for Truman State. Allie McReynolds opens the second with a double. That sets up the pride of Knox County, Devin Goodhouse. She is indeed a good house. She's mighty, and she's letting it all hang out right there with the RBI single. She's hitting like .427 on the season, having a really good season. Kendra Hens up 3-0, takes advantage, and she stifles today. Absolutely stifles Parkside with 10 strikeouts, a 4-hit shutout, complete game. She's now 4-3 on the season as Truman State gets it done in game number 2 of the doubleheader. Final count in this one, 3-0 in favor of Truman State. The first game went well as well, and again, it's another Tri-State alum doing the deed on the hill. As you check out the score, it would be the pride of Clopton, Kelsey Dorsey, who's really been good this season. 6-1 on the season, I think 2.28 ERA. She didn't allow an earned run today, and she got the big-time win. Not a great offensive effort for Truman State in the first game. They kind of cobbled together some runs and just kind of ran away with it. But when your pitching is this good, that says an awful lot. Let's take you to Quincy University. Home opener today for the Lady Hawks taking on Lewis, the Flyers. And apparently the Lady Hawks left their bats on the road today after a leadoff double here by Sam DeMasi in the second. Fielder's choice plays a run. Lewis up 1-0 at that point. The Hawks extricate themselves, however, from any further danger on the fine play here behind the plate by Lindsey Green. Defense was pretty good. Pitching was really good for the Lady Hawks. This is Murphy Armstrong. Not a lot of strikeouts, but just a lot of good pitches to get the out she needed today. Down 1-0 for the entirety of this game, however, as her run support betrayed her, as Kelly Bowler from Lewis pitched the no-hitter today. She was the silencer. And some great defense working as well against the Hawks. There's some poor base running. Take your pick. 9-4 double play. In this one, Quincy University, the no-hit victim, they lose today by the final count of 1-0. And as I mentioned, the bats not really very good today for the Hawks as they were swept. First game goes in favor, or second game, I should say, goes in favor of Lewis as well. Your final count on that one was 4-2. Let's take a look at the scoreboard as well. We've got some baseball to pass along to you on this day. HLG swept today by the number 4 team in the country. And in fact, the Trojans could not mount a run, losing 5-0 and 12-0 on the day. Little tougher losses, little closer losses, I should say, for Culver Stockton as they go on the road to Benedictine. Drop a pair by the same score. 5-4 was your final in both of those games. So Benedictine with the sweep today, and Western Illinois struggling today at home to mount any runs against Fort Wayne. Final count in that ball game was 6-3 on the day. So it's now 3-9 on the season. Are the Leathernecks to start the year? Well, the high school spring season doesn't get started for another couple of days now, and this figures to be a banner finish, however, to the school year at Quincy Notre Dame. The Raider baseball team has never been more loaded, boasting a pair of Division I prospects and legitimate Final Four aspirations. And Lady Raider soccer is the old faithful of our region this time of the year, as Mark Longo just seemingly cranks out winner after winner. But don't sleep on the potential of another power player on campus, one that returns one of the most successful coaches of any ilk in tri-state sports this spring. And after a bit of a coaching respite, he's ready to go.
Obviously, for the first time in a few years, I come into softball season a little bit fresh, and I'm excited about it. We've got a nice group of softball players here. These first couple weeks have been going real well, and we're excited for the start of the season. Not many teams get to open up with the defending state champions like Alleman coming to town on the 28th, so we're preparing for that.
You could credit his recharged coaching battery or the prospect of such a stringent instant litmus test to open the season, if you like. But talk Q&D softball with Eric Orn even for a hot minute, and it quickly becomes evident that the source of his excitement for this spring wells from his own roster, one that boasts a genuinely enviable identity.
Well, it's probably maybe the second group in my 17 years that loves softball. There's a lot of softball players out here. We've always had good athletes out here playing softball, but these kids love the game of softball, and it's their favorite sport, and that's been good for me. It's been refreshing, and again, they're excited to get going.
We're all just so determined to win this year. Like, we have fun at practice, yet we still work hard, and even we're here already on a Saturday morning, and we're just ready to play this season. And it's a fun group of girls. We're young again, and we're just growing as the years go by, and I'm glad this is a good group.
It means a lot because me and Jenny are both really determined this year, and we want to push our team really hard, and hopefully we don't annoy them too much with our pushiness.
In softball, you are only as good as your top pitcher, which bodes well at 10th and Jackson thanks to the return of Ashley Wensing, who reeled off 5 no-hitters last spring as a sophomore.
She is, and we're being careful with her. She actually is our only varsity pitcher, so we're just watching her and monitoring her pitches right now. But yeah, we're going to rely on her. She had a tremendous sophomore season, and we want to build off that year and make sure her junior year she's on the mound and in control.
The Raider lineup will be young as well, with Albany signee Jenny Pollock at its heart and no lack of potential table setters to go with her.
Jenny's a great player, and it shows. She's playing D1 for University of Albany, and she's a great addition to our team.
Jenny obviously probably bat third. Sawyer or Whelan will probably do our leadoff hitting for us. But right now, again, we're just seeing where we're at. We've got 30 games in the regular season. We want to take it one game at a time, and we want to be at our best when we have to face teams like Chatham in the regional.
Let's see. Well, we got a few runners this year. I mean, we of course have Carly, who backed me up last year. We have her bat this year, and we have a few seniors like myself and Ariel and Kenna, who can really pop around the ball. Let's see, we have Ash and we have Kite, who Emily Kite was off last year from her knee, but this year she's a good improvement, and she's a good addition. And I don't know, there's just a lot to expect from everybody. Like, we're all excited and we're all ready to hit and play, so we'll see who shines.
Indeed, we will. Looking forward to the spring sports season, but I'm also feeling a little wistful for the end of basketball. Coming up next on Overtime, we look back at some of your best plays and moments, both from the from the hardwoods and from the mats. That's coming up next as Overtime continues.
All roads lead to Burris hybrids for profit across all of your farm acres. Burris corn and soybeans have the technology in or on the seed to meet all of your farm's needs. As a leader in corn-following corn testing, Burris products get the most out of your acres. And their Power Shield treated beans are tops for insect and disease protection. At Burris, more grain in the tank means more money in the bank for you. So for profitability, fence row to fence row, think the Burris family of products.
Real people, steel people. When it comes to quality, reliability, and value, they just won't compromise. This season, upgrade to real quality and long-lasting performance. Upgrade to a steel trimmer. Prices start at just $129.99. Steel is America's #1 selling brand. See why so many are switching to steel at your local steel dealer. Find your dealer at steeldealers.com.
Have you let pain from surgery or illness stop you in your tracks? You need the Fast Track Therapy program powered by Aegis Therapies at Wesley Village. We offer physical, occupational, and speech therapies with a staff that is committed to helping you with the right plan for your rehabilitation at a time that is convenient for you. Find your green light to move through life at Wesley Village in Macomb. For more information, please call 309-833-2123.
It's tax time. If your business isn't where you want it to be, call me, because Holly helps your bottom line.
At Subway, a great meal starts with a great sandwich on the new Simple 6 menu. 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals for just $6 each every day.
I got it made fresh at Subway.
Take your pick from 6 of our best subs, like the tender turkey breast, the Italian BMT, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. With any bag of chips and a 21-ounce drink, all 6 are just $6 every day on the new Simple 6 menu.
I got it made. I got it made. I got it made. Made fresh at Subway.
Congratulations, Quincy, on 175 wonderful years.
You're watching KHQA Overtime with Chris Dewar. Brought to you by Con Communications.
And welcome back to Overtime, everybody. With Canton's loss and Clopton's win on Friday, we officially closed the book on the winter high school sports season in tri-state sports. And in the rush of the moment, it's easy to forget that we did indeed enjoy some pretty spectacular moments, a handful of state championships, and 4 months worth of absolute fun. Here's a look back now at a season condensed for maximum joy. And fantastic stuff indeed. Well done job for everyone. Wrestlers, basketball players, and the like. And let's add one more state champion to the mix just today of the junior high ilk. And we're talking seeds of greatness, and we're talking maybe the next area great, like a Chandler Foey, because Matthew Dade's career is off to a phenomenal start. The Quincy Junior High School product today won the 185-pound IESA state championship as an 8th grader, winning 8-6 in overtime today. He finishes the season 27-0. He was not our only medalist. I will pass along a couple of more for you from Beardstown at 126 pounds. Eduardo Munoz from Beardstown Middle School takes a 5th place victory today over Lake Zurich South. George Garantis today. Nice win for him at 9-4. Also at 145 pounds, Tristan Davidson of Jacksonville Turner ends up finishing 4th after wrestling his way back. And congratulations as well to 167-pounder Chad Grimm of Beardstown, who was filled in the 3rd place match by fall today. But what a great showing for those 4 gentlemen. Tri-State Wrestling alive and well and kicking right now. Obviously an awful lot of great prospects out there coming down the chute for us. We've got some more wonderful things to talk about today. Let's talk a little bit about some volleyball today. Great run for Liberty in the 7-2A quarterfinals today as they take out Raymond Lincolnwood today, 2-1. Liberty wins that first game today, 24-26, 25-22, 25-14. As you saw, Kenzie Wagner, huge day serving in that one. Unfortunately, the semifinals would go the other way on the Lady Eagles today as they end up losing in straight games to Lewiston Central. Final in that one was 25-12, 25-12. Up next for Liberty, a showdown with Lexington at 5:30 in Springfield for 3rd place. Congratulations to those young ladies as well. Some basketball scores today of note for those of you who might be interested. IHSA Class 1A champion is Brimfield, who came through our super sectional. Really good team, finishing the year 34-2. I do not yet have a final for you, but I can tell you at last check, and we'll get you a final here in a little bit, St. Teresa was beating Uplift 30-27. So in Class 2A, St. Teresa appears to be the deal, but we'll get you a final on that one in a second. Also, Mid-Buchanan, the team that eliminated Canton from title contention, ends up losing to a really athletic, really good Scott County Central squad. There's a Porter on that team. Otto Porter's brother or nephew or just another one of the Porters. I mean, the place is lousy with them, and they can all play basketball. Those Porter kids are just the deal. And Scott Central wins that game 53-48 to take a state championship. And Crane, my goodness, what a run, dynastic run those girls are on. They win their 3rd straight state championship. The interesting thing on Crane, the team that eliminated Clopton by a 65-15 score the other day, Crane only graduates 1 senior from their starting lineup and 2 seniors from their team. They're going to be back and fully loaded for a shot at 4 coming up next season. Tell you what, that's a team that went and beat Rockbridge at Rockbridge. That's no small affair. So we've got more overtime coming up for you, including a national champion right after this.